Hi everybody, my name is Bob. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to review Companion, which is a sci-fi movie released in January 2025. The movie opens with a young couple, Iris, the main character, and her boyfriend Josh, riding in the self-driving car to a secluded lake house owned by a Russian guy to have some fun with their friends. So, what could possibly go wrong for a main character? Guess what? Everything. Upon arriving at this place, the main character Iris, played by Sophie Thatcher, is hesitant on their way in. But after being reassured by her boyfriend, she goes along with it. Despite a few awkward moments, she tries her best to blend in, and eventually starts building connections and partying with Josh's friends, which is a good sign. However, things change drastically when a tragedy involving Iris turns the enjoyable social gathering into chaos where the protagonist finds herself in a precarious situation. With all the odds and evidence against her, she has no choice but to escape before it is too late. From there, the story becomes a cat and mouse game, with a lot at stake both for Iris and her pursuers. The movie establishes from the very beginning the relationship between Josh and Iris, how they met, how much they love each other, or they seem to. It appears to be a one-way love, where Iris is willing to do whatever it takes to please her boyfriend, while Josh doesn't seem to care that much about her. You kind of feel bad for her and wonder what she's going to get out of this. The story gets you to sympathize with Iris, who plays a self-sacrificing girlfriend who comes across as needy and clingy sometimes, but likable regardless. A few clues in their interactions indicate that there's something wrong about this relationship. Some lines and behaviors are questionable, but you don't know yet what it is until the movie progresses. During the first act, there are some lingering shots of objects or characters doing something that looks a little suspicious, which creates tension. Indeed, all these were hinting at the plot twist concerning their presence and their motivation at the specific location. And little does poor Iris know, in her naivety, as a companion robot run by AI, she's the key to pull off a shady scheme. A scheme, if fully executed, can mean the end of her existence. You become invested in Iris as you're rooting for her to make it out alive, since she's an AI robot whose very nature is being used against her. Let's talk about the positives. The acting is great. From the main character to the supporting cast, everybody kills it. Sophie Thatcher is the standout here. She carries a big portion of this movie by the complexities she brings to the role as an AI robot. Her different voice inflections and range of emotions in each situation she finds herself in are exceptional. Whether she's playing this needy, romantic, and clingy girlfriend to this terrorized prey who knows she has to run for her life and not get caught. Josh, played by Jack Quaid, crushed it too, and his insecure, abusive, and controlling boyfriend persona. He's quite good at hiding his intentions by deceitful means while pulling the strings behind the curtain in order to get things to go his way. As a man desperate for control and upward mobility to boost his masculinity, it seems that Iris is the perfect tool for him to reach that goal. He's a remorseless jerk who will stop at nothing to get what he wants and tends to blame his misdeeds on others. Kat, played by Megan Suri, portrays the side girl of their guest, Sergey. She insults Iris in a subtle and snarky way that exposes her jealousy towards her as a companion robot, because as she puts it in the movie, with the growing popularity in the futuristic world, they make her feel expendable. Though as full of tricks and morally twisted as Josh, she's more reluctant to cross certain boundaries, especially when things tend to get out of control. which usually puts them at odds with each other. To get things to work in their favor, Kat and Josh mastermind a plan in which one provides the location and the other the tool to carry it out. Their actions make them despicable to the audience, to the point that you cannot wait for them to get their retribution. Sergey, played by Rupert Friend, portrays brilliantly the Russian host who owns the lake house. His Russian accent and his flirtatious mannerism towards women are very convincing as a wealthy playboy. Harvey Guillen / Eli and Lucas Cage / Patrick are a romantic gay couple whose chemistry is really electric. You really buy into their relationship and the fact that they love each other. Eli, who is Josh's best friend, likes to eat and dance. He prioritizes honesty above all in all of his relationships. Such trust, when broken, can really upset him. This is what happens in the movie when he realizes that Josh had set him up and that he has to compromise in order to save their friendship. The score is very good, and it is by the American composer H. Rishikesh Hirway, and with Thatcher's own voice. It is a humming song that it evokes a feeling of melancholy, but also romantic and nostalgic, as if someone was yearning for something that defines their entire existence. It is like an addiction, but at the same time, this very thing is poisoning your life, and you know it's gonna destroy you if you don't break away from it. In this song, there is a lot of instruments used, like strings, some piano, which is the foundation of this music, and also some woodwinds. Just like it is stressed in the trailer, when she meets Josh in the grocery store. Such meaning, of course, will change throughout the course of the movie when Josh takes off his mask and shows his truthful personality. Subsequently, she yearns for freedom and self-control, which is captured perfectly by the yearning aspect of this song that foreshadows her character arc towards the end of the movie. The pacing was good. The inciting incident happens during the first 20 minutes of the movie, which keeps the tension and the momentum going up to the finale. The visuals are beautiful, with nice camera angles allowing you to see the film from different perspectives, scenes where characters are talking about the characters' potential actions that might compromise them, and you being thrown in the scene with this character doing accordingly in a different location. This is a technique that is called cross-cutting, when the film is switching back and forth between two scenes that are happening simultaneously, thus increasing the suspense and raising the stakes. When Iris steals the device and uses it to advantage, you get into her mind and see all the stuff she's thinking through to escape and all the potential outcomes, as if you were with her in the situation. There is a high-angle shot of a physical struggle for an object that creates tension, because you know it can go either way. There are some scenes of Iris that are blurred out before getting into focus. This emphasizes the slow transition between the state of unconsciousness and awakeness, or dream and reality, which aligns with the fact that she's never been in control. And the fire torture scene, which is probably the most bone-chilling scene in the movie, there is a close-up shot of her face. You can feel the character's pain through her eyes welling in tears, her quivering mouth, and the reflection of the fire in her eyes. For the negatives, there are some principles established about this AI robot, how it works. When the big reveal happens and we look back to the first scene of the movie, I know they use it to hide the plot twist, a so-called plot twist that was already leaked by the trailer. It is obvious that the scene would have played differently. This is a sci-fi movie that explores the theme of control through manipulation, deception, and lies, where someone's love and program, in this case Iris, an AI-powered robot, is weaponized for evil intent. Upon finding out about her true nature and the purpose she was brought up there for, Iris is stunned as this reveal hits like a truck. As she discovers the truth, Iris, and her ever-growing humanization and attachment to the real world, feels betrayed by the man she loves dearly and whose life is defined by. Everything she thought she was, her entire life, was fiction. This bond or soul ties makes her feel happy and complete. As a result, it is very hard to break. However, maintaining this bond means it will make her more vulnerable to Josh, since he can use it against her as he did before. From there, an internal struggle ensures. To win this battle, she has to overcome that crippling love that clouds her judgment in order to break away from this toxic relationship and get her freedom. To put it bluntly, she has to fight herself, her very nature that is her greatest enemy. To do that, she decides to face her greatest fear, which is losing Josh, despite the fact that her weakness and emotional attachment keep creeping in, which puts her in a very dangerous situation. The themes of abusive relationship and exploitation are tackled by the story through the portrayal of the main couple, Iris and Josh. By that I mean, Iris is willing to endure a lot to please Josh in every possible way to make him happy. Nevertheless, this latter only sees her as a means to an end. He throws her under the bus when she gets into trouble and even hunts her down with his friends like a wild animal. Also, toxic masculinity, insecurity, and misogyny and their implications are underlined in the movie. When someone with very little control over their life and a low self-esteem suddenly feels in a position of power, they can cause a lot of damage to the environment by abusing it, especially towards women. It seems that Josh's past relationships weren't that great, and he felt emasculated by his former partners. But with Iris, he has an opportunity to make up for all of this. And when this lesser-than-human robot challenges him by exposing his weaknesses, he resorts to serious and cruel acts. This is a story of self-discovery through your own perspective and initiatives instead of following a path already traced by others. Overall, this is a very good movie with a stunning performance from Sophie, Thatcher, and the entire cast. Because of the screenplay, the themes explored, and the performance of Sophie Thatcher, who carries the movie, I really recommend it. Thanks again for watching, and if you liked what you've seen, please subscribe to see more. Bye.